guys, how's it going? It's Douglas here at Drown Boy Cosplay, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing that we have been waiting a while on. Now, of course, you guys can already tell by the title and thumbnail what this unboxing is on, but I want to start by prefacing a little bit of the story on this. So, sometime either late 2017, early 2018, Trick or Treat Studios decided to announce that they were going to be releasing the male and female Nameless Ghoul masks for the Prequel era of Ghost. Now, this excitement was only heightened by the fact that they said they were going to be releasing the real ghoul masks from the real mold, sculpted by Jerry Constantine, who did the actual masks for the band, of course, getting many others and myself extremely hyped. Well, whenever they dropped that pre-order, I think the female ghouls were like 180 plus, or the male ones were like 180 plus. Either ways, they were floating right around $200, maybe even a little bit more. Shipping landing anywhere from $30 to $50, or even, if you're outside of the US, a lot higher. Crazed, happy Ghost fans rushed the website and placed their pre-orders and started anticipating the release of these masks. Well, over a year goes by with seemingly no update on these masks, and whenever there are updates, it's to the website, changing the date in which the mask is supposed to be shipping, which pissed fans off pretty bad. People were expecting them at a certain time period, and then it would get pushed back another 3 months, and pushed back another 3 months, and really nobody was getting any kind of information on these when they were actually going to be released or shipped out. We got no product pictures or anything, so people were pretty upset. Well, as of the time of recording, about a week ago, maybe even a little bit over a week ago, people finally started receiving these masks, and it gets worse, because after waiting all this time and anticipating these masks, they received a box full of broken resin. This has happened before. Whenever Trick or Treat Studios did the Meliora Ghoul release, they had a lot of issues with shipping or packaging, which caused the masks to come in broken. So I guess with this release, they decided they were going to go a little bit different and actually even give you an exclusive collector's edition box with artwork on all sides, which I guess would just be packaging of some sort. And I mean, in reality, if it's about the same size as the ghoul mask, it should keep the mask pretty safe during shipping, because it's a box within a box that has padding around it, ideally at least. Well, several years back, when Trick or Treat Studios first put their Papa 3 mask up for pre-order, I was one of the first, if not the first people to pre-order that mask. And then 7 months went by before we actually got the mask, and I said, you know what? Pre-ordering kind of sucks. And you guys are completely welcome to do whatever you want, but after that, I learned my lesson, and I said, you know, I'll just wait. Because it seems like with Trick or Treat Studios, every time they have a mask set to pre-order, there's always a few distributors that will get theirs before actual individuals who have made their orders. So they just pop up on eBay like a week before they even ship out to people who paid for them over a year ago. And you can just buy them for either the same price or sometimes even cheaper plus shipping. That's what I did. Someone who drives directly to Trick or Treat Studios picked this up for me, and I just paid essentially the actual price of the mask with no shipping, got it a little bit cheaper, and we had it shipped off, and it came in like 2 days. So overall, to me, that seemed like a better decision than letting some company hold my money for over a year just to get a product that I'm not happy with. You know, and the pro of waiting until after pre-orders is that you actually get to see what real factory copies are going to look like, because from the people who did pre-order them, or people that bought them on eBay from another distributor, you get to see some actual copies. Now, this package comes to us from the eBay user Collector's Row. I just happened to notice that there was finally a listing up for the female ghouls. They had them in stock, ready to ship, and I got my copy here. I told them that I did express a little bit of worry because so many people's have come in just completely broken to pieces, and I didn't want that to happen. And it looks like they really took extra care to package this up really nicely. Here we have the box. Pull it out. I mean, it's a pretty cool box. Nothing entirely like super special, but it definitely reminds me of like the Star Wars Black Series Collector's Edition helmets that they've released, of course, like Darth Vader, Stormtrooper helmets, etc. Now, with the price of these masks being so high, I can't really see many distributors ordering them, because with the price they have to pay to then turn around and sell them and make a profit, might be a little bit high, and you know, it's definitely a business venture, but I think they'll sell just fine, especially if they're not broken. So here we go. Let's get right into the unboxing segment. All right, so upon opening this up, let's see if I can hold this up for the camera. There seems to be quite a bit of packing peanuts and plastic. I don't know if Tots actually ships them like this. I haven't seen anybody else do any unboxing videos, but I don't think Collectors Row did this. I did ask them for actual pictures of the mask I would be receiving, and they just answered with me that they're all in boxes, so there's no way to see it. I'm just gonna reach in here. I can see the mask, and it looks like it's wrapped up in bubble wrap very well. All right, so here we have this bundle of joy. So far, everything's looking okay. Let's hope there's nothing wrong with this copy. Okay, I'm seeing it split into two pieces here, which we will get into that in just a moment. Well, guys, here she is. And I gotta say, at a first glance, she looks pretty damn amazing. As far as we know from Trick or Treat Studios, these are painted with the same exact paint that Jerry actually uses, which is Alumiluster. It is the same thing that Disney actually uses to do their chrome work. And I've seen a lot of people receive their masks and have several paint defects. I don't know if it was on the Tots website or just on the page that actually sold these. I'll be sure to check, and if so, I'll put a screen cap on screen. But one of these websites so claimed that if there were any paint defects on your mask, that's completely normal, and that they're there on the real ghouls. Now that's quite a crazy claim to make, considering any paint defects would be completely unique to the copy that you own. But ballsy nonetheless. I don't believe this by any means. I am seeing a couple of small paint defects. Here's one where you can tell that it was touched while still wet because there's some fingerprints in the paint, but it's in a fold in the top of the hair, so it's not that big of a deal. And then looking at the back of the hair, it seems like the chrome kind of cured in a strange way, and it almost looks foggy. And I do see one area where it brushed up against something. But other than that, it seems that I got really, really lucky, and this is a really good copy. I'm not seeing any spots really missing paint entirely, which has happened on other people's for sure. The mask is cast in a thick resin. I wouldn't say it's as thick as the Meliora Nameless Ghouls that they've released, but it's still a pretty thick resin. And overall, it's a pretty nice looking mask. It's got a nice, good chrome finish on it. It looks like something the band would actually wear, but I do have a few complaints. Like I said, I myself got lucky. I've seen some people who have had very bad eye cuts. I've seen some people with missing paint. Several people who have had theirs come in broken. And so far, the biggest complaint that we have is with the strapping system, which is essentially you've got 2 points over here. You've got 1 point at this top corner and then 1 point on this side. So just 4 completely, I guess, random. It may be the same way on the actual ghoul masks. It just seems kind of like a weird placement though, where we have little pieces of elastic and magnets attached. Now, many people have complained about the gaps in the mask. When you put the two halves together, there's some gaps in between the hair where it should line up, and I'm here to say that is completely normal after examining pictures of the real Nameless Ghoul masks that the females wear. Completely normal. You can see it here, here, and here. It's just something that happened. I think that that's exactly how the mask was designed, so I wouldn't call that a flaw or any issues. However, Tots is claiming that these are strapped the same exact way as the real Nameless Ghouls, and I've actually never got to see any of these close up enough to tell you guys 100% for sure, although it does kind of make sense. I do think that they used stronger magnets and maybe even some longer elastic, because I've heard several people try and put the two halves together, and they said that they would not trust it to be worn like this, that the elastic doesn't reach, and this seems to be something that pretty much everyone is saying. So I'll have to check that out on mine, and that is something to definitely take into account. And maybe there'll be a part 2 to this video showing you guys how to fix that problem, or just ways I think that you can improve this for wear or display, etc. But overall, I would say I had a positive experience with this mask. Yet again, I was not one of the people that pre-ordered. For those people, I kind of feel bad. A lot of people were really upset. And Tots, you guys really need to get a little bit better PR. Just talk to the people, let them know what's going on, be honest. You know, if you're having problems with production and it's going to take a little while longer, just say so instead of radio silence and updating the expected delivery date. I think that upset people more than anything else. I know personally I was in talk with Chris Zeffiro whenever this line was announced. I messaged him asking, hey, is there any way that I could buy a set of these and just get them a little bit earlier than the release for most people? And that's not just because I wanted to get them early. Really, I wanted to get the product in hand so I could do a review for you guys, because a lot of people come to me asking whether or not I would recommend certain Ghost products, whether it be costumes, statues, action figures, etc., based on the quality or what the company has done. And I was like, Chris, look, I believe if you guys are really releasing these from the real molds, that it's going to be a great product. It should be awesome. However, I would really like to get one of each so that I could do a proper review and give you guys, you know, an honest answer on whether or not I would recommend it, because people were definitely asking whether I recommended it prior. I will say that the chrome on these looks close enough to a Lumiluster to say that it probably is. I've only seen it in person a couple of times. Obviously there are some issues with the paint, defects like people putting their fingerprints on them or certain places where it didn't cure correctly, and I guess that can happen. That's just a problem with mass producing these things. Overall though, for $250, I would not recommend this mask. If you can get them for around $175 or so, I think that is a great price. They look really awesome. Of course, it's from the real molds. It doesn't get better than that. And just hope that you get a good copy. Of course, try to get another copy sent your way if it comes in broken, or get a refund. Make sure that you're taken care of on that side. But if you actually do get your product completely fine, I think that you will thoroughly enjoy it and you will love it. So guys, I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yet again, there may be a secondary video coming up on how to fix these or strap them properly, just to show you guys, because I'm sure many of you want to know, and I probably will not be offering any conversions on any of these, so I think it would just be a great idea to make a video for you guys. Well, love you all. I'll give you some close-ups, and see you next time.